It is 9:19, and we are now looking at the ever-changing face of journalism. Millions of Americans believe the false and divisive things they see online, but University of Illinois professor Nikki Usher says part of the problem is that the highest quality types of news are increasingly about elites for elites, and everyone suffers as a result. That's just one of the arguments in Usher's new book, News for the Rich, White, and Blue: How Place and Power Distort American Journalism. And Nikki joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good to have you with us. So what's wrong with paying for good journalism? Isn't better information worth more than the misinformation that's free on the internet?
Oh, you're absolutely right. Paying for information it recognizes the value of information. The problem is there's so many digital things to pay for that the first choice is often not news, especially when that news is depressing or upsetting, and that news isn't really written about or for you. So yes, news is worth paying for, but not everybody wants to pay for it.
So what do you see as a solution here? If you're not paying for your news, you go to advertising. Clearly, that hasn't been working for some industries. What do you suggest?
Well, one of the things that needs to happen is news organizations need to reorient their coverage to be more authentic to the communities that they cover. And I think we can take a cue from local television, actually, with the ability to be more engaged with what's actually happening on the ground in the community. And my book argues that we've gotten a little too far away from that in journalism. So that's one start.
What do you see that's missing? Because when I read these newspapers or TV, I see stories about hunger, poverty. So what are you talking about when you say elite news for elites? Like what are you talking about?
Well, first of all, you're reading that as a journalist, right? And these are stories that you see as important because you know about journalism. And I think the stories you're talking about are really important, but they're about people instead of being for people, if that makes sense. They're really extractive coverage that doesn't necessarily go back to the community. So if you were to read that story about hunger, did anybody actually go back and check in to see whether the person being profiled ended up getting connected to resources? That's kind of the question I have to push forward.
One of the solutions that I read was that you were talking about having kind of a more partisan media, as talking about having a Democrat-funded media, them pushing money into it, which kind of seems backwards to me. Can you explain your thoughts on that?
Yeah, people have given me a lot of pushback on that, but you actually have to think about the foundations of this country, and it's not all that radical. The party-founded press was actually what this country was based on. You can remember fights with Thomas Jefferson and the Alien and Sedition Acts and all of that. So there's precedent, and Republicans in many places, including in Illinois, are already funding local news organizations. There's lots of money in politics, so instead of throwing it at campaigns, why not throw it towards information? And I think that Democrats have a lot to make up for on the ground. But there is money. It's just a question of where to allocate those resources.
But is that part of the problem when news starts making money, where when I got into the business, where you had families that owned journalism companies that cared about a good news product, now you have companies that really are just trying to make money. And what's the first thing that gets cut? Investigative journalism.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that people would much rather pay attention to is news that's interesting, not necessarily news that is buried in the details. And that can be investigative journalism. We know the market doesn't support investigative journalism, and it never has. It's just you used to buy a newspaper for the sports or the crossword, and you would get investigative journalism kind of as along for the ride. And now that people read article by article, it doesn't quite happen like that anymore. But to your point about kind of like the benevolent owner, I think that Chicago is the sort of first place we can look at right now for the exploitation of big business of journalism, particularly with the hedge fund takeover of the Chicago Tribune. Now, I wouldn't say that when the Chicago Tribune was owned by Sam Zell or even maybe Joseph Medill, that it was always sort of social justice forward. And of course, we know Sam Zell kind of drove the Tribune into the ground. So I don't know. It's a complicated proposition that you're asking about.
Well, the book is called News for the Rich, White, and Blue. For more, you can follow Nikki Usher on social media. Nikki, thanks so much for joining
Nikki.
us.
Thank you so